So can we see both screens?
Yes.
Timer and okay. So basically, we just it's very friendly. I mean, just so that everyone talks mainly, and so that everyone gets a chance to discuss. So the main point is that we try to convince, as I said in the beginning of the class, two teams. Yeah, Team A, solar energy, and Team B is like biomass. And there will be like 2 rounds. So first round is general round. You can just make your own stance in general round or point out something that conflicting or something that you don't like from the other team or the previous speaker. And in rebuttal round, in the second round, you can make counter arguments, or if there was some objection when you were talking, you can make like give reasons and stuff. Basically, the point is you have to convince why your energy option is more viable. And in Team A, Sungyun and Vincent and Zulfikar, solar energy, Team B, Chunggu, Philippi and Changun, biomass. So each team for the first round, in general round, each of us will get 100 seconds to talk. So we have to make our points very short and clear. And in this round, you can also say that, oh, the previous speaker said this, I don't like that, or something like that. And yep, and in rebuttal round, it's 150 seconds, so like around like a minute for each speaker, but you can like speak freely among your teams. Like your team member is saying something, you feel that he did not mention this, so you can just come in and say, oh, I also want to add this to this topic. So basically like arguments in the second round. And we will go in turns. So in first round, first one speaker from Team A, the second speaker from Team B, again Team A, Team B, like that. And then in rebuttal round, we'll do the opposite. So Team B goes first and Team A goes next. So I first wanted to ask everyone, is it okay like this order in Team A, like speaker order? So Team A, anyone who wants to go first, or suppose Zulfikar is like, oh no, I want to speak first, I will speak before Sungyun or something. So Zulfikar, okay? Felipe, Sungyun, okay? Vincent, okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay, so an order for Team B. Felipe, Chungu, and Changun, all three. Are you good with this order, or anyone wants to like change orders?
I'm fine with it.
Fine. Okay. All right. So it's like very friendly thing. Okay. No heated arguments. Just points. Okay. So let's start with Sungyun from Team A. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm ready.
Yep.
Yes. Anyway, plants use solar energy from sun, and we use its own energy by biofuel, and so its own energy should be lower than solar energy that it obtained from the sun. And so I think the energy density should be lower than the solar energy density. And the second one is, as the PPT slides we shown in the lecture, the comparison of some sources of biofuel, we use crops like corn and soybean and canola and like this. But US cropping area for biofuel, we use them. But in the future, human population can increase, so human can suffer from food shortage problem. And so if we use cultivation possible area for the biofuel generating, it can be waste of space. So that can be one of the problem. Yes, my opinion finished.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I like the top 2 points. So Team B, Chunggu.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the. Can you hear me?
Yes.
No. Okay. I think the disadvantage of solar cell is that the first one is not predictable because of cloud or rain, and solar cell is not continuous and steady because of night and the winter season. It can reduce the efficiency. And the main disadvantage is, I think, the solar cell need a lot of land, and we have to remove wood and plant from there to construction the solar cell. But algae refine the atmosphere and by consumption of CO2, so it is very friendly for the environment view. So I think the algae is the more feasible energy source for the future. I think so. And this is my end of my opinion.
One second, I'll write it down. Vincent, you want to say anything? Yep.
Well, the thing, I think the advantage of solar system is, even though you're talking, like Changu was saying that it needs a lot of space, there are a lot of countries, for example, Felipe talked about Spain, but also in south of France, I know that there are very sunny region. So if we actually can have some, take some measure to put solar system on houses, the energy will already, like, we'll have more solar system. And also the thing is that if we are growing algae, like at one point, it actually requires solar energy, even if it's indirectly. And at the end, we have to use solvent and sound waves to like destroy the algae. So I think it's personally that it's more efficient to use like, for example, photovoltaic systems. Yeah, that's it.
Could you please repeat the algae part? What's that? Sorry.
At the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there was a video that Felipe was showed. They were saying that to extract oil, you actually have to destroy the algae with solvent or acoustic waves.
I see.
And so it's more work and actually consumes some energy. So I think that maybe it's better to use.
So it's a lot of process. It takes a lot of process for algae.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And then Felipe,
Yeah.
you wanna go on? No?
Sure, go ahead. So basically, as Songkyu said, in the future we may have shortage of food. So basically, using corn and other kind of plants to make biofuel, it's not a really good idea. So that's what I believe. Algae biofuel, it's better because algae we can just, as I said before, we can plant it on the ocean, on fresh water, and also it doesn't right now. The technology is not well developed because it's like 10, 20 years before it started, but I'm pretty sure nowadays, because it's more reliable, it's having more development. Also, we have to think like most of the transportation we use now it uses like carbon fuels, so basically gasoline, naphtha, and that kind of stuff. So changing from fossil fuels to biofuels, it would be a really good idea, especially if the biofuel is made from algae, which is not really usable for human consumption. That would be a pretty good idea. That's my point. And the bad point about a solar energy system is like photovoltaics, they use some kind of dangerous substances, and also, as I said before, people don't get paid enough, and because they're cheap labor in China or in India, it's quite dangerous also for the workers who manufacture the PVC. That's my idea. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So guys, if like suppose now Felipe said that, oh, Sungyeon, I don't like this what he said or something, right? So if you want, you can like argue back in the next round, like, oh no, Felipe, you are wrong or something. Okay. Okay. And then, yep. Zulfikar,
Yes.
ready?
Yes.
Okay. Start. Oh,
So I think the main reason why solar energy is way better than biomass is just one term: high energy efficiency. The energy efficiency of solar cells to this day is 20%, and biomass still is really less, which is like less than 10%. It's around 5 and 6% usually. So this pretty much factors out why solar energy is probably the best. And one more reason is that the installation of the plant for biomass also requires a lot of energy. You said that solar cells require more energy, but that also requires more energy. Moreover, we also need to cut down trees and for biomass. And for this reason, it can also become carbon negative if it's not trees are not planted back as much, or they are decomposed naturally if they're not harvested back. And there's one more reason, that the plant itself, um, it it produces a really dirty smell for the environment, and limits the place of installation, obviously. So yeah, that were the main reasons. And yes, and one more is the storage problem. So in solar cells, electricity is directly produced and it can be easily stored in cells and stuff. But biogas is more harder to store in cylinders. Yes.
can I ask something? Why is biogas more harder to store? Is it because of
because it generates? Yes, because it in most cases it's produced in the form of gas, the fuel, the biogas, and to store in cylinders, it obviously takes a lot of cylinders, and it's much harder to store as compared to electricity. It takes more place. Yes.
So Team B, you guys can argue on this if you want later. And then Changhoon, ready? Can we start? Okay. Oh, I think I can't hear you properly.
Oh, really?
Turn it on. It's mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now perfect.
Yeah.
Ready? Let's go.
Okay. So I think that the one of the problem of the solar energy is that we cannot use this energy for in global region, because the efficiency of solar energy or solar cells depends on its latitude. So if if some reason the latitudes are very high, so we cannot get enough solar ray or solar energy from the sun, then we cannot use this solar energy. Someone can say that there is some reason that we cannot use biomass energy because they cannot get biomass fuels or biomass things from their surroundings. But I think the key difference between solar energy and biomass is that we can trade biomass fuel or CR gas, but we cannot trace sun ray or energy from sun. So we can use, we should use the solar energy very locally, but we can use biomass energy for very worldwide reason. So I think that it is why biomass energy is better than solar energy for future energy source. Thank you.
So last question. Last point. You said that it's hard to trace biomass.
No, trade.
Trade.
Yeah.
Yes. So by trade you mean between countries?
Yeah, between countries or between.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. but not solar. Okay. So I think some very good points were made, and if we want, we can also argue. So second round, if we want, we can wait for like a minute to like gather our thoughts and then make some 150 seconds, like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for each team. You can talk from like one team goes first, team B goes first now, and then you can make arguments about other teams, what they said, or team A can go first and say, like, point out arguments against team B. So let's wait for 60 seconds or something, or we can go right away. Paro, what do you guys prefer? Right now? Wait for some time? You want to gather thoughts? Oh, everyone looks very ready. Okay, let's just go right now, okay? So each team, when you talk, you guys can talk freely. You don't have to like wait for your turns, or if you want to add something, just go for it, and then other team will come. So team B first. You want to like point out any arguments? We can start now. So Chunggu, Felipe, and Changun. Ready?
Okay, so first of all, as Chandru said before, there's a disadvantage about trading energy in solar systems, but also, for example, in the collectors, as I said before, they use molten salt, and the main problem is what they are going to do with the molten salt after the usage, because they need to be treated like really carefully, because it's kind of bad for the environment and kind of corrosive, so it should be taken care really carefully so no one gets hurt. And the advantage of biomass is like pretty much you can grow it anywhere on the sea, freshwater, on land, and that's why I believe biomass is going to be the future source of energy here in the earth.
So as Zulfikar said, that you need to like cut trees and stuff. So your point is that, okay, we can also use like ocean or something.
Yeah, basically we are running out of land, like usable land. So using the ocean would be a better approach in the future.
So Zulfikar, he made a very strong point against you. So if you want, you can come back in the next round. Anyone else? Anything? Chunggu Kang, Hyung, do you want to say anything? You can go ahead, like right away.
I think the other advantage of IK is we can use the same storage method and the transport system using the oil, like oil. So it is another advantage of algae. I think so.
So there was a point where Zulfikar said that, Zulfikar, we have a lot of like arguments against you, man. There was a point that Zulfikar said about storage problem, but you're like, oh no, it's the same as current storage.
Yes, I think so.
Oh no, Zulfikar, you need to like come back with better points in the next round, okay? Anyone else? Anything else? Changhoon, anything? No.
I think that someone who from Team A deals with the efficiency problem, but I think that now it should it have low efficiency for biomass, but I think their efficiency can be increased for research. I think so. For now, it is more efficient. Solar energy can be more efficient, but for future, I think that biomass energy's efficiency can be increased a lot. So, yeah.
Okay, very nice point. Yep, I like that point too. So, Team A, are we ready? Oh, Zulfikar is already ready. Okay, let's start then. Okay. Right.
Okay, so can I start? So first of all, I'll go each point one by one. Like they said, we can use biomass like energy at sea, which I think is a really bad idea. Why? Because using at sea, it actually hinders the sunlight from entering the like the formation of algae over the sea. It hinders sunlight from entering the sea, and it can damage the sea life really badly. Secondly, in terms of storage, he said it's the same as how we do for fossil fuels, but the thing is, the fossil fuels, which are like natural gas, for example, it has really high, like when we burn it, it produces a lot of energy efficiency. But for in the case of biogas, it is not as high energy efficiency. So we have to produce more, and producing more means like storage of more, which is much worse. So, and third point was about efficiency. They said that research can be increased, the energy efficiency, but I think more research, I searched it and it says that more research is actually be done on for solar cells on the energy efficiency. And right today it stands at 25%, around 25%, the energy efficiency for solar cells, while for biomass it's still around 6% or 5%, which is like 5 times more. So, and yes, I think more research is being done in solar cells these days in the development of the technology itself.
Just one question: do you have any facts, or you just like saying from your feeling that more research
No,
is
I
done?
actually I searched it and it says
I see. So.
like
Okay.
over the years the efficiency for solar cells has increased at a much higher rate.
Okay.
And can I talk?
Yep.
Oh, I have only 15 seconds.
No, it's fine. Just talk. It's just there for the.
For the Chang'un said, it is difficult from trade each country from country, and I cannot agree with its trade hardness because it in the biomass the energy form is oil and its using form is not that flexible, but in solar energy we just storage the form of electricity, so I think it can be more usable. And for the efficiency, my team already said that solar energy efficiency must be higher than biomass. I can say the reason because a plant have to use solar energy for other activities, so it has clear limitation for energy efficiency. But solar energy directly convert sunlight into electricity, so its efficiency must be higher than biomass energy, I think.
Okay. So if there is nothing else, anything else? Nothing else, yeah. So team B, this last option. Since you guys went first, anything you want to address to from the points they have made out? If not, we'll wrap it up. Okay. So if that's the end, it's so hard. Is it okay if I look at the recordings later and let you guys know the results later? But I think it was a very fun discussion. Zulfikar got very angry. Sungyun as well, he was very angry. Like, no, I don't agree with. But anyway, jokes apart, it was a fun session, I hope. And I'll let you know. I hope the professor and also the TA can help me decide which team you think made more valid points. So we'll let you know in Kakao Talk tonight or something. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you like actively participating. Thanks a lot.
Very nice. I like your debate session.